Hello, my name is John Sayer, Technical Readiness Manager, Civil Infrastructure here at Autodesk. Today I'll be taking you through a part of the drone to design workflow that we've put together for you. In this video, we will be talking about using the point cloud inside of InfraWorks 360. Inside of InfraWorks 360, we will start off by using the model builder to gather existing conditions information, basically giving us a good place to start so that we can bring our point cloud in and start to populate our model a little bit further. So in order to do that, we need to know the location of our project. And this particular project that we're working with is on West Alberta Street in Fayetteville, Arkansas. So I will select that location and it zooms right to it. Now, I can't see exactly where I'm at because of my road view, so I'm going to switch to bird's eye. And I can see that my location is right here. So once I see where my location's at, I'm simply going to select my area of interest. So I'll go ahead and just select a little wider band right here. So I'll make sure to encompass my entire project. And I will give this a name. All right, we're going to call this new residential sub. And I'll select create model. Now, all we have to do is wait for our model to generate, and if you're familiar with InfraWorks 360, you should receive an email, and you will see it here in the opening dialog of InfraWorks 360. And as you can see right here, it has populated. So we'll go ahead and select that and open it up. I just picked my new residential sub model, and it downloads. Now, once the model is populated inside of InfraWorks 360, we can see that it doesn't look exactly like what's out there today. All right, and we can take care of that here in just a minute. First things first, we need to talk about what was given to us whenever we submitted our project to Recap 360. So if I open up Google Chrome here and I go to my A360 drive, we can log into our A360 drive and we can see everything that it created for us. So I'm going to show you a version of this that has everything in it that we need. And while we're waiting for that, I'm going to go ahead and show you where you could download the information inside of Recap 360. So any of these projects that are built, they have if you hover over the edge, the lower right-hand corner, you can select downloads. You can open up the A360 folder that all the information is in. It's a great place to just go and download the information. So if we select downloads, notice that we have all the information in the file types that we selected. So we've got the OBJ file, the RCM, RCS, and the TIFF. All right, so we can just simply download those here, or we can do it back in the A360 drive. So here in our A360 drive, we can see all of the projects that we've been working on through Recap 360. So I'll go ahead and select one of these. And you can see what all's inside of this folder. So here's all the images that we had uploaded for the project. So here's every one of those. If I back up one folder and I look again, we have our OBJ file, we have our RCM, RCP, RCS, we have a georeference TIFF, and some additional files that are there that you won't see that you can download inside of Recap 360. Let's get back into InfraWorks 360 and let's start to use some of this information. So I've downloaded all of the information from Recap 360, and you can see here in Windows Explorer, you can see the information that I downloaded. So the first thing I want to do, we're given this TIFF file. Okay, so I want to bring in this TIFF. This is a georeference TIFF that's also generated whenever the point cloud is generated inside of Recap 360. So we want to take advantage of that specific TIFF because it's what's there today. So move this back over. So before we drag our image into InfraWorks 360, I want to create a new proposal. So we're going to call this with new aerial. And we'll hit OK. And we'll just drag in our image. Once the data source configuration dialog comes up, we'll just simply select close and refresh. And the image will come in. Again, this step is not something that you have to do, but it does give us a great visual of what is actually in the field as of today. So meaning the image underneath, if I go back to my master proposal, The image underneath does not show any of this construction information that was shown on the actual aerial we got from the drone. So if I go back to my aerial proposal, you can see that there is additional information that's out there. We didn't see any of the houses, things of that nature in the image from model builders. This gives them a real-time photo that they can use so they can start to use it for design also. So there's one thing I want to do before we go ahead and bring in the cloud itself. I want to go ahead and configure this image. I want to change the color mask. So I'm going to select my ellipsis and I want to pick the color from the screen to mask. So I want to get rid of this black area. So I'll pick that area and you can see that it selects the black color. I hit OK and I'll select close and refresh. What it's going to do is it's going to mask that black area. So anything in that black area that you see will show the image from Model Builder. So once the image reconfigures, you can see that we've got a nice clean image of what is out there actually today on this particular project. So now we want to bring in our point cloud and show it inside of our model inside of InfraWorks 360. So the first thing we need to do is we'll go to Model Properties and we'll change to our coordinate system that we're using for state plane. And then we'll simply add our point cloud into the model as a data source. So I'll go ahead and select my point cloud. And then we'll configure that point cloud. Now the only thing we should have to do here is just pick our coordinate system, hit close and refresh, and our point cloud comes in where it should be. So I can select it here. You can see the point cloud. So now we have an accurate model inside of InfraWorks 360. So the whole idea behind this is that we can get an existing ground surface inside of Civil 3D to start doing preliminary design. So we can use some of the functionality inside of InfraWorks 360 to actually create a surface in InfraWorks 360 where this cloud sits right now. So if I go up to the Analyze Your Model button and I drop down to Point Cloud Terrain Generation, all right, it reads that point cloud, and I've got a couple settings here. We're just going to leave these optimum for right now. You can go use more detail and you will get a little bit tighter surface, but for right now we're going to use optimum and leave these alone. We do want to set this under generate lightweight data. We want to just select original. We don't want any lightweight data particularly on this when we generate the surface for this demo. So I'm going to hit start processing. Now it does take just a little bit for it to generate a surface from that point cloud. So we will let that generate. So once the surface has been generated inside of InfraWorks 360, we can now bring this surface directly into Civil 3D from InfraWorks 360 and start preliminary design. I thank you for taking the time to watch this video and hope that it's helped you. Have a great day.